penalise both. It's an offence to impede the keeper when he attempts to release the ball. He must be allowed the opportunity to run wide of his opponent within the 6 seconds allowed. Show the striker the yellow card. But equally, the goalkeeper has committed an act of violent conduct after you blew the whistle for the first offence, so show him the red card. Because you'd blown for the first offence, restart play with an indirect free kick to the defending side. Welcome back to the Ref Show with Mark Lawrenson and with Mark Halsey. We kick off with John Moss, who gets a mention more than most referees on this show. I won't bring Mark Halsey on the incident concerned until you've had your say, Loro, because the first goal was a penalty in a 5-0 win for Spurs. Which wasn't against Swansea. John Moss, thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are if he were a player, Alan, he wouldn't be playing every week. He'd be left out because he just keeps on making mistakes. And the football world where it is now is that the manager will know who the referee is at the weekend, and he will. They say to the players, look, you know, with this fella, you know, he's prone to make a mistake. So think about it at both ends of the penalty areas. It's a difference.
Laura's right there. The managers and the players, they look at the programme, they say, oh, we've got Roger East today, oh, we've got Lee Mason, oh, John, oh, gee. And that's what happens. That's what they do.
We've got Halsey.
Oh, they used to say we've got Halsey. He did anyway, on the radio anyway, that's what
and
he
used to say. I'm reffing Loro. Oh,
but,
no,
you know, he's right. I mean, you look at, I spoke about Roger East, Lee Mason. I mean, John Moss isn't as bad as these guys, and so we've just promoted a couple of guys, or they've promoted a couple of guys in Stuart Atwell and Paul and Tini onto the list. So why are they not giving them more games? Why are they not putting them in to get the experience instead of these guys? And also Kevin Friend. I think Kevin Friend's refereeing really well this season.
Neil Swarbrick.
And Neil Swarbrick. But what they do, they give them a game, they take them out 1 or 2 weeks, then they put them back in. Let's give them a run. Let's give them, you know, we only have 4 or 5 guys that do the top games all the time. We need to give these guys the games to give them a chance. They'll never find out, no, because they don't trust them.
In fairness to John Moss just here, is it fair to make the referee the villain of the piece when he's been conned, as he has been by Dele Alli for that penalty there?
No, absolutely not. But that doesn't condone anything else, does it? No, for that particular juncture, I feel sorry for him, but it's a catalogue of errors.
But you look at the decision that he's made there. For some reason, he's sprinted towards the touchline to get wide. I don't understand that. And then he's taken several seconds to make up his mind. Now, if he's taking several seconds to make his mind up on a decision like that, then there has to be doubt. So if there's no doubt, just play on, don't give it.
That's why you need DRS.
Yeah, DRS.
Just to pity it's the wrong sport.
As in cricket, yeah. Dele Alli, none of us like to see this in the game. It's an absolutely clear and deliberate dive. Should he now be banned retrospectively?
Yeah, for me, it's cheating. So
I'd like to see like a panel on a Monday, ex-professional players sit on that panel on a Monday and look at all these incidents, just like the Scottish FA. The Scottish FA do it, and take our hats off to them. And I think we should do that on a Monday, where these guys sit and look at these incidents.
We've been talking about this for years, though, and nothing's happened.
We still will be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's clear as day, isn't it? So you don't need any expert really to look at the video to see.
And I think it's the same when a player picks up a yellow card caution where it's clearly wrong, and the FA do nothing about it. Yeah. But they won't.
No. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to West Brom Watford. 3-1 win for West Brom, going great. I'd not noticed how high they were in the Premier League. This game, the big talking point was Pereira's straight red card, reacting to strong provocation from James McLean. So McLean's only yellow, Pereira's red.
I don't get it, me. I just don't get it. I mean, Graham Scott, another inexperienced referee who's struggling at that level. Straight right in front of him, right in front of Mike Jones, the full official. McLean just wellies the ball at the player on the floor. I mean, you would.
He's got form anyway, McLean.
You would lose your temper there. Absolutely. So that for me, that's an act of violent conduct. So it's an extension. It's like going and kicking a player. It's an extension. So he's wellied the ball. He should have been sent off.
So 2 reds for you?
Absolutely 2 reds. Mind you, I think what changed his mind was Tony Pulis. You see him go to the fourth official, say, "Oh, look, like to get him sent off, to take it away from James McLean."
But
clever, very clever.
Other than that, I don't know what you guys thought, Graham Scott. Other than that one incident, I know.
Well, you only see what you can see on match. You don't see the whole game,
so
you just look at that. Well, not really, because McLean should have gone.
Just
You
quickly.
can't really say that he should have gone, but he did all right, can you?
No, absolutely.
Because he should have gone.
Fair enough. Just before we go on to the championship, just very quickly, PGMOL management are these guys that aren't performing. What do you think should happen and what isn't happening then?
Well, I mean, it'd be interesting to have Mark's take on this. I mean, you look at Adam Watt, who's in charge. I don't think the referees are having him because he's never refereed at a high level. Okay.
So why is he in charge?
Well, we got you know referees. We've got a few egos on the referees list. You've got James Mainwaring, who's in his late 20s. He's helping Ray Olivier with training education. Never refereed at the highest level. He's an assistant referee on the select group. So they're going, training these guys to referee these massive games. They've not been there. And I'm telling you now, the referees are not having them. And you can see they're just going out refereeing how they want to referee. There's no leadership, there's no direction. I mean, it'd be interesting on Mark's take if it's like a non-league manager coming up taking charge of you.
Devil's advocate, Mourinho, Wenger, not noted as players.
Yeah, but they've been at the top. They've learned.
Devil's advocate.
I just think that's completely different, isn't it? Because they are managing. They actually don't take part in the game. I think if you're the referee and you're taking part in the game and you have all that experience, I do think it's different, Alan, to be quite honest with you. These guys should just be legislators. How can you possibly teach? And I think with coaching, I just think it's different. You kind of, they don't really coach, these guys, Wenger and Mourinho, because they've got top players. It's like they're almost guiding them.
Yeah. Whereas referee is different. You've got a coach.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, good coaches, top coaches in football, okay, turn average players into good players, good players into excellent players. That is no different to refereeing, and we haven't got good coaches at the top of our game, and it goes down to the assessors who they're assessors, but they act as coaches on the day, and further down the mentors, the coaches, the assessors. And I just think it's poor all round. And and when you look at it, we've got someone out of hockey, coaching referees. We've got someone out of badminton coaching referees.
Why do they still have assessors?
They do at the Football League level, but they don't at the Premier League level. They just have an evaluator that's not at the game.
And we've discussed this many a time on the Ref Show. We'll come back to it. Can I just kick on to the Championship now? Well, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Preston 1. Scott Duncan.
We're in added time.
We are. Scott Duncan's the referee here. Now, you played in teams with fighting spirit.
Yeah.
This was fighting spirit gone mad. 2 Preston players sent off for fighting each other, Jermaine Beckford and Owen Doyle.
Yeah, Doyle had but they both just come on.
Yeah.
Doyle had scored. So the Royal Preston had a chance of maybe nicking a point after being woeful, by the way. Wednesday deserved to win. And they started to scrap with each other. I know the owner's gone mad at the football club straight away. And probably the problem has been with Beckford. We can't get him fit. He's a goal scorer and he's on good money. We can't get him fit, but he's fit enough to fight. So I think he's done everyone's head in because they're saying, for goodness sake, Jermaine, you've been out for most of the season and now we've lost him for 3 games.
Simon Grayson, it was an absolute embarrassment.
Oh, Simon will tear into them. Well, he already has, and I'm sure they'll find a couple of weeks' wages. But it's happened before.
Yeah.
No, it's normally in dressing rooms after games.
He was fuming.
Yeah, but this is in full public view. Lasso and Batty at Blackburn, Bowyer and Dyer at Newcastle. It'll happen again.
We saw that though, didn't we? We didn't see what happened with these two, but we saw the Bowyer and.
Well, this was in the Championship, and the microscope isn't as great. Maybe there's only one camera on the game, so you don't get to see it in as much detail.
No.
As we didn't really see the Forestieri straight red card. I think he got
sent off at Deepdale last year.
Yes.
And I think he'd been sent off the week or a few weeks previous as well.
He was then sent off at Hull.
Or was it afterwards?
Following. Yeah. And the one at Deepdale...
He got sent off for diving his second one, if my memory serves me right.
It was controversial, that. And
it wasn't from our way. I was delighted, going, well done, son.
To get him off, your best player.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah, good player. Absolutely. Sheffield Wednesday without him is a big test for 3 games. Just quickly, Steve Martin, Nottingham Forest 2, Newcastle 1. I mean, here, I don't know where you start with this. Forest had 2 penalties, both saved. There were 2 players sent off, Shelby and Dummett. Did you watch the game, chaps? And
I saw the game. I mean, Steve's a good referee, but I don't think that's one of his best best games that he's refereed.
Learning point.
Yeah, it is a learning point. I mean, the Shelvey and Lansbury incident. I mean, he should have he turned his back. He should never turn your back. And what he should have done, he should have killed it by just giving a free kick to Newcastle. That would have killed everything.
Isn't Shelvey in trouble anyway?
He is, yes.
For something
racist.
else, for
Some
some racist.
Yeah, he's
comments, isn't
he has appealed.
Yeah.
He has appealed.
Yeah.
I think
I think
he's having Christmas at home.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
He's a loose cannon, isn't he?
It's alleged that some players contrive to have Christmas
No.
at home. Oh,
Disgraceful.
we won't go into that, but just
I've never experienced that, I have to say.
right. One or two referees have said that they've had players wanted cautions, queuing up almost at this time of year.
Luis
for
Suarez
cards.
took one the other week, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he could play in El Clasico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Allegedly.
I have had one that wanted the caution so he could play in the West Midlands derby. So he was suspended on the Tuesday and he wanted to play the Villa Birmingham game on the
It
Saturday.
happens all the time.
Yeah, that was.
just before we leave the show, very best wishes for a quick recovery to Carlton Palmer, a friend of the Ref Show. He's been a regular panellist and will be on the show again. We look forward to that appearance. Quite a shock to everybody. He's undergone heart surgery.
All right.
5 hours of heart
Someone
surgery.
who's so fit.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you a quick funny story.
Yeah.
He was on one of the programmes at BBC many years ago, and one of the production assistants, one of the girls, didn't know his name. She called him Palmer Carlton. It stuck forever.
That'll do, won't it?
Stuck. But yeah, we hope he gets well soon.
Absolutely. He's making a good
He'll
recovery.
still be talking. He'll still be talking.
You can't stop him.
You're right.
He'll be bleeding. The nurse's
can't
ears will
stop
be
him.
bleeding.
He's making a good recovery. I've got to shut these two up now. That's
Sorry.
the only hard thing about the show. Thanks, Mark. See you next week. Bye.